Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're exploring a really transformative area, how humans and artificial intelligence are starting to work together in teaching and learning.
Yeah, it's a big one.
We've got a bunch of sources here that look at how AI isn't just, another gadget for the classroom. It seems to be fundamentally changing things.
We're both students and educators, right?
Exactly. So think of this as getting you up to speed quickly on what's really important in this, it's a really fast-moving field.
That's right. We've looked at recent studies, some real-world applications too, just to get a solid feel for AI's actual impact in education.
Okay.
Our goal really is to figure out the true potential here. Can these AI tools and strategies make education more, accessible, adaptable, and just more effective overall?
Looking at how they're used and what the data actually says.
Precisely.
So we'll be digging into how AI can maybe streamline some teaching tasks, perhaps lead to better ways for students to learn, and maybe even broaden access.
And the flip side too, the challenges, the ethics.
Definitely. Things like how educators are adapting, what the future might look like as AI gets, even more integrated. So maybe as you're listening, think about your own learning experiences or how education might change. What comes to mind when you think about tech's role? What makes you curious?
Let's dive in then.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so first off, let's talk about how AI's role itself is shifting. What's really interesting in the research is this move away from AI just being a tool, like a fancy calculator,
right,
to becoming more of a genuine partner in the whole education process.
Absolutely. And the sources, they're just packed with examples of this. We're seeing intelligent tutoring systems that can really zero in on what a specific student needs.
Mm-hmm.
Automated grading, that's a big one for freeing up teacher time. Learning platforms that actually adapt as you go.
Yeah, adaptive learning.
And even virtual assistants popping up, giving instant support. And underneath it all is AI's ability to crunch data and offer insights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Informing how teaching happens.
Exactly. The main goals that seem to be emerging are, 1, making learning much more personalized, tailored to the individual.
Which is hard to do at scale, traditionally.
Very hard. And the other big focus is AI handling some of those, time-sucking admin tasks educators deal with.
Right.
So they can focus on, other things.
It feels like a real shift from that sort of one-size-fits-all lecture style, something more dynamic.
Efficient, student-centered.
Yeah.
Education's getting its own smart support system that learns and adapts.
That's a great way to put it. And a key point that keeps coming up is how this empowers educators.
Yeah.
By taking over repetitive stuff, marking, scheduling.
The routine tasks.
Right. AI frees up teachers to focus on the things that really need that human touch, fostering creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, student well-being.
And that's where it gets really powerful, I think, the data side. AI processing all this information on student progress.
Yeah, huge amounts of data. It can spot trends, pinpoint where a student's maybe flying high or, getting stuck. It might even give clues about how they learn best.
Which opens the door for really personalized help. AI might notice a student gets the concepts but struggles applying them. So the teacher knows to give them targeted practice on that specific thing.
Got it. So connecting all that, this leads us straight into the benefits, right? This human-AI collaboration.
Absolutely. Some really compelling benefits are highlighted in the research.
Okay, let's start with one that I bet every teacher listening would love.
Mm-hmm.
Just having more time to teach.
Definitely.
The sources consistently say, look, automate grading, scheduling, finding resources. AI can give teachers back precious hours.
Hours they can then spend actually talking to students, planning better lessons, leading discussions, giving that one-on-one support.
Yeah, that personal touch.
And what's really interesting is the potential for a sort of positive feedback loop here.
Mm-hmm.
Less time on routine stuff means more time understanding individual kids, tailoring the teaching, which should lead to better teaching and learning overall.
Right, which flows directly into the second big benefit we saw. Potentially better learning outcomes.
Makes sense.
I mean, think about it. Learning experiences that fit your pace, your style, assessments that adjust to where you are, tutors that pop up exactly when you need help.
That kind of just-in-time support.
Yeah. AI can help make sure students get the right challenge, the right support, and that instant feedback, that guidance. It keeps you engaged, keeps you moving forward.
And this ties into accessibility too, doesn't it? That's another key benefit popping up. AI making education more equitable, more inclusive.
Oh, definitely. Things like speech to text to speech. they can be game changers for students with certain learning differences.
Absolutely transformative for some.
And it goes beyond that. Virtual tutors, smarter ways of delivering content, they can cater to all sorts of learning styles and needs.
You could break down language barriers, maybe improve digital literacy.
Reach students in remote places who might not have the same access otherwise. It's about leveling the playing field, potentially.
A more level playing field, yeah. And the fourth key benefit that stands out is the power of those data-driven insights we mentioned.
Right, the data.
AI crunching all that student performance data, spotting patterns, seeing where the common sticking points are in the curriculum.
So teachers get real, actionable info, not just gut feelings or, end-of-term tests. It can shape how they design courses, how they teach day to day.
Exactly. And the research also points to institutional benefits, too, making things like enrollment, scheduling, resource planning more efficient based on data.
Okay, so those are the potential upsides.
Yeah.
It helps to see how this actually looks in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Any good real-world examples in the sources?
Yeah, there are some interesting ones. For instance, AI tutoring systems being used in universities.
Okay.
These seem quite effective at giving personalized help. They figure out what a student knows, where they're struggling, and then offer specific explanations, practice, feedback.
All tailored.
Yeah, tailored and instant. Students learn at their own pace, focus where they need to. It's like having a 247 study buddy.
Ah, okay, what else?
Another one is AI chatbots in online courses.
Ah, chatbots. Not just for customer service, then.
Apparently not. They can give quick answers to common questions, guide students to resources. The research suggests this can actually boost engagement and help students stick with online courses.
By providing that immediate help, reducing frustration, maybe?
Could be. They handle the FAQs, clarify concepts, which frees up the human instructor for the trickier questions, the deeper discussions.
Right, makes sense.
And one more for language learning. AI speech recognition.
Oh, yeah. How does that work?
Well, these tools can give immediate feedback on your pronunciation, your grammar. The research shows this really helps build fluency and confidence, especially for non-native speakers.
I can see that. Instant correction.
Plus, you can use the tech to transcribe lectures, make materials more accessible for students with disabilities, too. Lots of angles there.
Okay, so we've seen the present, some current uses. What about the future? What trends are the sources pointing towards?
Well, one area getting a lot of buzz is mixing AI with VR and AR, virtual and augmented reality.
Immersive learning.
Exactly. Imagine experiences that aren't just cool and immersive, but also adapt to you personally, guided by AI, making complex ideas more, tangible.
And the AI part would be personalizing that, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just a generic VR trip, but something tailored to how you learn.
Precisely, making it much more effective. Another trend is AI tools specifically designed to support the teachers themselves.
Helping the helpers.
Yeah. Think AI giving feedback on teaching techniques, helping draft lesson plans or quizzes, maybe flagging students who seem to be falling behind and need extra support.
Wow, like a teaching co-pilot almost.
Kind of. Helping teachers refine their craft, personalize things even more. And finally, the sources just generally expect wider adoption.
More AI across the board.
Yeah, more AI solutions becoming available at all levels of education, moving into things like curriculum design, student support services. It's likely to become more embedded.
Okay, so lots happening, lots potentially coming down the pike. If we pull all this together, what are the main takeaways?
Well, I think it's undeniable that AI is, a major force reshaping education. It has this potential to really change teaching, make learning way more personal, and handle a lot of the admin burden.
Yeah, we saw those key benefits. Potentially more time for actual teaching, maybe better student outcomes, improved accessibility, and those useful data insights.
But crucially, we also need to remember the challenges. Data privacy is huge.
Massive. All that student data needs careful handling.
Bias in the AI systems themselves, making sure they're fair and equitable. That's critical.
And teacher training. Educators need support to actually use these tools effectively.
Absolutely. And maybe most importantly, remembering the human element. AI should support, not replace, that social, emotional connection in teaching.
That's vital. Yeah. You can't automate empathy or building relationships.
Exactly. The research really stresses that AI is a tool, a powerful one, but a tool to augment what humans do, not replace them. Finding that balance is key.
Leveraging the tech and the human touch.
Right. It's about synergy, using both to create better learning experiences.
So the message seems to be, embrace the potential, but do it thoughtfully. Focus on empowering teachers. Address the ethics head on.
And we could build an education system that's more inclusive, more adaptive, and hopefully more effective for everyone.
Okay, so that brings us to a final thought for you listening at home. With AI moving so fast, how might the very idea of teaching and learning change in the next, say, decade?
Yeah. And maybe what parts of the human connection in education feel absolutely essential to protect and nurture no matter how smart the tech gets.
Definitely something to chew on. We hope you'll reflect on your own experiences and ideas as technology keeps reshaping education. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.